Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I thought I'd do more of a sultry nighttime date look to go with all the Valentine's Day videos going up. Obviously this look isn't just suited to Valentine's Day, you could wear this to a party or clubbing or something. Anyway, if you want to see how to get this look, just keep watching. I'm starting off by moisturizing my lips so that by the time we get to our lipstick they'll be nice and smooth. Next, I'm going to prime my eyes with my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. As you can tell, I've really stained eyelids, so this is going to help counteract that and also be a base for our eyeshadow. Now I know a lot of people like to use a brush with their paint pot and it's probably more hygienic, but I prefer to use my fingers because it kind of warms up the product and makes it a whole lot easier to blend. Now I'm taking Mocha by Makeup Geek on a Sigma E35 brush and blending that into my crease. This is going to be our transition shade, and I promise this is the only eyeshadow I'm using that isn't from the Naked 3 palette. There just needed to be a warm transition shade to help balance out all the pink tones. Then I'm switching to my MAC 217 brush so I can darken up my crease more precisely. As usual, you want to apply this using windscreen wiper motions and blend it out as we go. Now with the same brush, I'm going in with Nuna from the Naked 3 palette and blending that into my crease as well. Then I'm also going to bring Nuna down onto the inner and outer corners of my lid. I'm going for more of a rounded eye look this time, so for now you want to try and avoid getting eyeshadow on the center of your lid. Next, I'm taking a teeny tiny bit of Black Heart on a pencil brush and packing this into my crease and the corners of my lid. This color is extremely pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. Now you want to go in with a blending brush. I'm using another MAC 217 and blend everything out. This can take a bit of time to make everything look seamless because we're using such dark colors, but just keep at it and in the end we'll get there. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys, the lighter shades in this palette aren't particularly pigmented, so I'm going in with a white eyeliner first to really make the colours pop. You only want to apply this to the centre of your lid and blend it out using a smudge brush. Next I'm going in with Burnout on a flat shader brush and packing that right into the centre of my lid where we put that white eyeliner. Then I'm going back in with Nuna to blend out the edges. Next I'm taking the shade Strange and using this as my brow bone highlight. Now this step is optional, but I find it really helps to blend in fake eyelashes. I'm going to take Black Heart on an angled liner brush and smudge that colour into my top lash line. This just makes any gaps between your real and fake eyelashes less noticeable. Next I'm going in with Benefit's They're Real Mascara before adding some false eyelashes. These lashes are Red Cherry's number 118 lashes, and I'm sticking them on with the Lash Adhesive by Duo. Then I'm quickly going back in with Black Heart to cover up the lash band so it's not as noticeable. As you can tell, some of the eyeshadows in this palette have quite a bit of fallout, so now I'm taking some makeup remover and cleaning up the mess on my cheeks. Now moving on to our face, as usual I'm starting off with primer. Today I'm using Benefit's Porefessional primer and applying that everywhere my pores are obvious or over any fine lines. Then for foundation today I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation. They do have some really nice yellow tone shades in this range, but I probably wouldn't recommend this foundation to anyone with oily skin. This formula was very hydrating and unfortunately it didn't last very long on my oily skin. So sticking with the Fit Me range, I'm going in with the Fit Me Concealer in shade Light, and I'm applying this under my eyes to hide my dark circles, and then I'm also using it for a subtle highlight as well. And as usual, I'm going in with my Real Techniques Miracle Sponge to blend everything out. Haha, tricked you. You totally thought I was going to use the Fit Me powder next, didn't you? And whilst it is a lovely drugstore powder, I decided to do something different and go in with my favourite setting powder instead, and that is the Makeup Forever HD powder in translucent. So I like to start off applying it with a smaller setting brush so it's easier to get around my eyes and around my nose. Then for my cheeks and forehead, I switch to a larger powder brush. Next, it's time to contour, and I'm using the shade Fawn by Anastasia Beverly Hills, which is pretty much the ultimate contour shade. If you guys would like me to do an updated highlighting and contouring routine where I go in more detail about the products I like and what I do, just let me know in the comments below and I'll try and make one for you guys. Then for blush, I'm using shade 16 Rose by Bourjois and applying this to the apples of my cheeks and along my cheekbones. To highlight, I'm going back into the Anastasia contour kit and going in with the shade Sand on a Sigma tapered highlighter brush, and I'm just applying that to the tops of my cheekbones and down the center of my face. Next, I'm going to deal with my eyebrows. So first, I'm taking this little spoolie and brushing my eyebrows into place. Then to make sure that they stay in place, I'm going in with this brow shaping wax by Milani and using it to stick down all the little hairs sticking up. So once I'm happy with the shape of my eyebrows, I'm going in with this brow powder from the Brow Kit by Milani and filling them in. Now moving on to my lower lash line, I'm going in with Nuna and smudging that into the inner and outer corners of my eye. So pink eyeshadows can easily make you look sick, so to help counteract that, I'm going in with Mocha again to blend out Nuna. Then just like we did on our lid, I'm going in with Milk by NYX and adding that to the center of my lash line. So now you want to take Burnout and pack that over the top of Milk. Next you want to take Blackheart again and use it to line your lower lash line. This is going to help tie in the top eyeshadow better as well as give the appearance of fuller eyelashes. Then I'm going to tightline and waterline with a black eyeliner to really frame our eyes. I started off using the Kohl pencil by Rimmel, but it kinda dried out, so I switched to the 24/7 Glide On Liner by Urban Decay instead. Now for lips, I'm using the shade Deep Strawberry by Innoxa, and before you guys are like, wait, no, you forgot mascara. I know, I nearly forgot. But now, to finish off the look, I'm going in with my mascara. So I hope you liked this video, and remember the whole thumbs up and subscribe deal. Anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys! Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is on how to create this look, which I think would be perfect for Valentine's Day coming up. It's very pink and girly, as you guys can tell. So if you want to see how to get this look, just keep watching. Anyway, if you want to see how to create this look, just keep watching. What am I doing with my hands?